Staying motivated as a self-employed real estate transaction coordinator, podcast host, confidence coach, life and success coach, full-time auntie, member of the Beehive, shout out to Beyonce. But motivational quotes, I'm more of like a lyrics person. So for me, I when I'm down or maybe I need a quick, to be perked up real quick to just get on the right foot, I go to playlists. I go to music. As you can see, I have albums all around me, my favorite artists surrounding me. So I can look at them and be reminded, like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I have Beyonce on this side of the wall, Michael Jackson, right? And I can channel, like, all right, well, Tupac was always for the people. He was always, you know, vocal about what he stood for, and he stayed 10 toes down even to the death of him. Missy Elliott was always outside of the box, is always outside of the box, creative, always challenged the norm, right? And Stevie Wonder, he's blind, but plays so many instruments, has a great voice, and has built a career for himself. So when it comes to staying motivated and having motivational quotes, find what works for you and then surround yourself with those reminders. So when you are struggling, you can reference, like, okay, what would Beyonce do in this moment? And I also keep like my um vision boards up top. I have words of like I have the word courage right across from me. So it goes a long way just surrounding yourself, like I discussed in my previous video, about like work life balance and discussing, working remotely and how to maintain that. It all comes down to just how are you motivating yourself. And some people just may like an empty room. You need to know your secret sauce and then always use it to your advantage and to your benefit, because there's going to be some long days, people. Work life balance isn't something that is actually balanced. And what I have learned is that if I have a particular goal or assignment, task that I need to accomplish, some tasks will require more energy than others. So instead of having like work life balance, like, okay, 8 hours for work, 8 hours for family, I'm good to go. Because even in those 8 hours, is it even productive? Is it of value? Is it memorable? Or are you just a physical shell sitting there in the same room? And believe me, I'm guilty of this as well. But when it comes down to it, I'm not opposed to working a 12-hour day and only spending 1 to 2 hours with family and friends or with myself. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not doing this 365 days out of the year. It's seasons. It's deadlines. When things are due, I'm gonna exert more energy and devote and commit myself and be disciplined in that project or in that task or in that event, so I can show up and be the best version of myself. And then when it's done, and we all know life gets out of hand, there's always going to be that next project, that next project, that next project. That's where the quote unquote balance play comes into play. It's realizing that, what does my balance look like? Okay, well, I just devoted all this energy for this project that took me 3 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever the case. Maybe ahead, before I even start that project, I'm planning a vacation. And vacations could be a day trip on a ferry, across city to city. It could be a week-long vacation, whatever the case. Give yourself time to digest what you just accomplished. And for those times when you don't have major projects, or maybe you want to devote more time to your family and friends, really assess and audit your time and your energy, because that's where you're going to give your most, give the best of you, is when your energy is directed and committed to that person or that thing. And then you'll start to realize, like, oh, this is becoming more integrated into my daily life. This feels good. I love it. So then when things do kind of throw it off, or maybe you're in a season of changing and pivoting, you're aware of like, okay, well, this is how I approached this scenario last year. I took the time, and make sure you're communicating to people in your life what you're doing, how much of you it's going to require. And I feel like that will create more harmony, not so much balance, but harmony within the home, within your business, and within you, most importantly. Let me know how that goes. And if you want me to talk more about this topic, I'm more than glad to. Let's get into it. Live Q&A, question and answers, questions that need answers, QTNAs, because that's what I'm here for. I love helping people. I love motivating people. I love sharing my experience and not hoarding it, because it's no use to me if I can't help someone else. Why have 20 years of experience when you can't help the next person or the next persons along the way, right? So live Q&As, give me a follow. Make sure you're also subscribed to my other channel, because I want to interact with you all live, whether it's here or on other platforms. Either way, you can go to Transaction Care, my website, and check it out, because I will announce, my weekly lives or bi-weekly, whatever the schedule is, and we'll get into this and much more together. And my name is Lillian Hernandez, aka Lily Like the Flower, because we are learning and growing together. And this is Transaction Care. My goal is to demystify the business of real estate, as well as empower, encourage, and uplift you on your journey today. Give me a follow, and if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I do offer paid coaching services. The DMs are open, the comments are open. Let's talk about it. Care for yourself, care for your wealth. Your time is worth it.